Hey everybody, it's Chanchai, and hope you're all doing very well today. So today is April 4th, 2026, and we're going to be joining the Akai Leagues. As usual, the Akai Leagues usually runs every Saturday and Sunday, almost every one of them. You know, it might miss a week or two. This week it will be Saturday only because there is Akai's family is celebrating Chinese holiday tomorrow, the 5th. So they are doing it today, and this is the start of a new league. So last season, I think I got pretty close. Maybe I got second. I'm not sure, but I know that General Ripper won the season last week, I think. I wasn't able to join last week. I was in Seattle picking up family, but it was a great season, and we're starting a new season, and it's kind of fitting because 1.1 is underway. This is the second week of 1.1, and our community has had a lot of interesting discussions because of system changes, right? So this is what does happen when you have meaningful changes to a game. Hey Princess, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing very, very good. Hope the weather's nice where you are. Our weather is finally getting really nice in Portland, so it's looking good. But yeah, things are going good. I'm doing well. I should be streaming more VF, but for now, doing pretty good. Alright, I might have to reconnect my controller. I probably plugged in the wrong one. Did I plug in the wrong one? Let's see. Yep, I did. Alright. Here we go. So we're going to join Akai's league, and then we'll join Akai on the comms. I hope everyone's doing really, really well. I've had interesting conversations with friends, some about 1.1, and then this morning even had an interesting conversation with a friend about, I think they come more from Tekken, and so, they explained that for them, the throws, because the throws function very differently between the two games, as similar as they appear, and so, that aspect where throw escapes are a guess, and that that your main way of punishing a throw is to attack, is just it's just kind of like for some Tekken players, and I've seen this with a lot of Tekken players, it's like a disconnect because they like that in Tekken there's reactable throws, right? Now, on that front, the other thing I've observed is stuff like, okay, in Tekken at the high skill level or even intermediate skill level, you can escape throws by reacting. That's cool. The downside that I've seen is how throws become almost useless because of that, except for characters like King, right? King forces really actual guessing, and because of this is an interesting dynamic because King is a popular character in Tekken, but a lot of my friends who are very strong at King do get like a lot of like negative hate. Like if they win a tournament, people want to make it sound like they're winning on RNG, right? Because I guess if you play Tekken, this throw situation is something it's a skill. You can't throw me. Okay, so throws are kind of like so-so, they're useless, they're functional, they're really just there so I can switch positions, and then now I have a character that can actually, like a grappler character in Tekken, and it's just super obnoxious for people, right? But in VF, it's just a different perspective. At least in VF, I can say that throwing is essential in this game. You got to get good at it, or at the very least, you need to understand why it's really good and it's a big threat to you. But you can definitely play in ways that mitigate being, that like reduce the chance you'd get thrown. I do that a lot. I am notorious for being quote unquote hard to throw, but it's not that. It's just knowing where the guessing points are. In which case, this to me feels like actual grappling, like wrestling. Like, where's the point of attack? Where did they go off balance? I come in and I go throw them. That's like when someone whiffs, right? And do I even do that because maybe I get a better reward on striking, which, so this game will definitely reward the striking. But I also think that throwing is very interesting in VF, and my personal bias is that when I've played that in Virtua Fighter, it is my favorite game to do throws in. I think that's not a small thing. I mean, for fighting games, right? I don't really care for throwing much, but in Virtua Fighter, I love it, and I've liked it actually since VF1. But VF1 was hard to throw, actually, kind of hard. VF1 2 a little hard to throw, kind of, but you get it, and it always felt good, and it felt earned, for me, anyways. And so, in all Virtua Fighter games, especially this current game, I like the feeling of throws. I like how I get like the logic of when I go into them, the logic of the trade-off that they can always escape the throw, right? That it's always possible for them to escape, always possible. But that's not like a risk to you. The risk to you is if they actually attack throw. And I like that dynamic a lot. So I like the mind games involved with it and the mind games of trying to land it. But I definitely understand that skill satisfaction, right? Because for me, that skill satisfaction Tekken players have for their throw escapes, right? That's how I feel about stagger breaks, right? I think stagger break is like actually what's similar to Tekken's throw escapes. And that it's like, okay, this opponent is not so good at stagger break, just like this opponent doesn't break throws, I get to use throws more. And that can change my approach, or I can just still go for something bigger. And so for me, the stagger system is actually what's closer to Tekken's throw escape system to me. Whereas the throw system is a very grappler kind of system in VF that feels kind of like a mixed martial arts game, except that, you know, like, except I feel like VF doesn't feel like as sluggish as a mixed martial arts game might feel. So that's just my perspective, and again, there's a lot of bias in there because there's definitely personal preferences. But I think it's an interesting topic, and that was spurred on this morning by chatting with a friend who plays Tekken, and he just explained that he just never really liked the guard throw escape in Virtua Fighter. And part of it, I think, is because he wants to be able to react, break throws, but he also expressed frustration that he felt like he himself can't land like the big throws with Wolf, right? So in which case, I think it's maybe he likes that in Tekken, there's a reactable situation except when you fight King, right? And so he would like Wolf to be like King, where it's just like, this is just so imposing, like now you gotta guess because you're fighting my character. So it's a very interesting thing, right? Like, where's the frustration? Where's the thing that he likes? What's the reward for them? What's the frustration? What's the risk? Very interesting because these games are different in how they approach grappling. So yeah. Yeah, they have maintained stagger identity in a way. They just kept it on more edge case, but it's intense though, right? So like here, if you fight against L Blaze can force you into a stagger out of nowhere, which has always been the most stressful stagger because it just comes at you out of nowhere from long range. So for L Blaze, it's there. Lao has a side turn stagger setup, and so now you need to be a situation where they've just narrowed where stagger is happening, and then at the wall stagger happens quite a bit. So stagger is still there, it's just that it's pushed to be more of a specialized case and less common. I personally like where stagger was at in Revo. I like it quite a bit. I actually like it more where it was at Final Showdown, but I know that one was harder for a lot of people. But I think but I would have just made it so that gamepad would have an easier time doing stagger break. And I think that would be fair. I think, but that it's a weird thing to explain to people, so I understand the inelegance of that type of a solution. Except that the way my elegant solution would be to allow motion control breaks, where you take like the motion controls. I don't see Akai's league, so I'm gonna put on VFTV. So you do like the motion control, and you would just like shake like poo poo poo, right? And then it would be easy. I think that would be okay for me, because even if it was still hard on arcade controllers, including leverless, because I think it's just that it's variable. It's not either it's hard or it's easy. There's a lot of easy staggers, and then there's a few really hard ones. And those few hard ones become decision points of, okay, if I master the stagger break on that one, that difficult one, that gives me kind of an edge, but that also allows me to accept taking that situation. And so if they want to use that against me, that's okay. I think I can break it, and they have to decide if they want to move to something else, right? If it's an easy stagger, but if I cannot escape that difficult stagger, that's fine, because that has never denied anybody of playing this game or competing at the high level. What happens then is just, okay, I avoid that situation. Like, I play a little bit around that situation. I play in a way for that situation to not happen to me as much, and that's where it's really interesting, is that it's the skill-based mix-up, and if you're not able to skillfully break out of the stagger, you can skillfully and mindfully avoid that stagger. That's what I really like about it. And that said, I do understand that stagger is hard to communicate. It's presented as mashing because mashing is some kind of energy, and mashing actually appeals to some beginners. It just doesn't appeal to crossover fighting game players, right? The players coming from another fighting game, then mashing feels like inelegant to them. It seems so crude. The first impression, right, is like, and then they feel like it's random luck. It's like, there's nothing random, actually. There's not really much random about it, but I understand, because that's the impression, that energy that they're trying to. The dynamic aspect will always feel random to certain people, though, right? The throwscape system feels random to them because they feel like their opponent could randomly throw them, and it's like, well, this goes back to, okay, if you're bad at guessing the throw direction, you try to minimize your exposure to throw. If you know you're good at escaping throws, though, like if you're just like really good at reading your opponent's throw intentions, that's very scary. A player like Jeff is very good at that, and so an opponent might like really be discouraged from trying to throw Jeff, because Jeff just reads people like crazy. Like, it's amazing when you watch it in tournament play and he's like escaping like 6 throws in a row. You know, that's very intimidating, right? But could anybody deny that that's a skill? Like, that is completely skill, right? It's a different type of skill, but it's a very amazing skill, actually. It's like whatever he has, give me that, you know. So yeah. I think this game is good at, of course, expressing Virtua Fighter, but I think the new VF is such a different game. I mean, it's going to have a lot of similarities and trends, so definitely I want anybody interested in Virtua Fighter to play this game. And I think there's definitely going to be transferable skills, or at least transferable mindsets, because there always is. But I would like, but I also think that the new Virtua Fighter is totally allowed to break a ton of rules and totally redesign. It's going to be a totally redesigned game. I mean, it's trying to capture the magic of Virtua Fighter, but it's totally its own thing. It's going to be, or it should be, because the metrics for success for that game is to be a mainstream success, and that's really swinging hard. But I love that, because I think right now this is a time where we could definitely use more of that. We do want full game making right now, because this is a time where it's scary. Like, I think we're going to be seeing a big change in the games industry. We're already seeing them. We're seeing all the signs of it. If the future is streaming, the first few years doesn't even care that much, except for only a few marquee titles. That's partly why there's probably a ton of layoffs and studios being disbarred right now, because the anticipation is that that the first selling point on a service is it's got the games. This service has got the streaming game service has got the games you love, all the ones from your childhood, like you guys said you wanted, and then it's got a few exclusives, but join our platform. But you guys remember do you guys remember what happened when Netflix really started to dominate and start the streaming wars? You guys remember when you had these shows that you loved, but then they got canceled like within 1 to 2 seasons? You guys remember when it became less about the movies that you wanted to watch, your nostalgia, into smaller news stories? How it went to that phase as well. But the thing that really drew you to Netflix was just the idea that it had everything you kind of wanted to watch. Now again, we're not there exactly yet, but all the news is that the timing is almost ready for extreme gaming, and that's going to change everything. especially the cost of hardware, especially the console price. Put it this way, if the console pricing doesn't make sense to you, despite the fact that geopolitical factors matter on that, consider what happened to Blu-ray when Blu-ray was further and further niche. Blu-ray players got more expensive because they were more niche. They were serving the rich audience. Kind of like a PS5 Pro, right? But not just that. Gaming PCs are expensive now. So we're in a new era. And this is we were already, I think the timing was already starting to approach the whole, that's a good value proposition when we go to streamed gaming, even though we're going to lose, we might lose input speed. But I think moves are being made, and that the reality of the world is pushing it faster that way. So, but that said, there's not much room for many winners for the platforms. There's not much room for winning platforms. There's only room for maybe a couple, and this is going to be a very scary, interesting time as a gamer. So yeah. Yeah, we'll see what their design decisions are. Yeah.
Down and take your name.
Hey Akai, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Transfer. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
I have a new microphone, so I'm testing things out.
I didn't see you earlier. Did you just open the rooms not long ago? I had trouble seeing the rooms for a bit.
Yeah, I just started the room. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So what do you do today when there's when the dates are the same, when it's 0404 is the password for every...
I switched Europe to be 4040 today.
Okay, 4040.
Yeah, for Europe.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. That probably is very confusing for them, but that's awesome.
Next time I switch it for North America, it happens. Equal treatment.
Wonderful to see Dandy J, and as usual, nice to see the pinging get, kind of progressively. It feels like that the pings kind of look to see if they're going to, at the start they'll show them lower, and then they'll progressively get better. So it's always.
I think there's certain things which I think it kind of based on the location of each player with each other. For example, I noticed those. I will have to keep monitoring this, but it seems like people who are actually close to me geographically, it'll start off green. But people from the East Coast or West Coast, it start off really high and then gradually go back to the actual connection that we're playing against each other. But yeah, definitely share the feedback and let us know how what Portent's connections are feeling. I think that people is having different opinions. Alright, we got 3 players for Europe and 3 players for North America. That's good.
Yeah. By the way, wonderful to see Bruce the Beast and XTN and Dandy J. And who is Retro Toby? I don't recognize that name.
Is that Metawatt's new name, or is that someone?
Oh, you're right. That would be Metawatt. Yeah,
I'm sorry. Is Retro Toby Metawatt's?
I think so. Yeah, that makes sense. Tobias. Yeah.
Is that one new person? I have to ask.
I think that is Metawatt, but I would ask them. But that definitely looks like Metawatt's name.
I think the stream can catch me up on my stream if I'm sounding too loud. I think that is those. Alright, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's set it back at that decimal point. Okay. Yeah, so I'm trying out a new microphone. Someone from the BF community who wish to remain anonymous most likely have been listening to my voice and say, let me get you a more professional microphone. So he sent it to me. So thank you very much. But I don't think the professional microphone is going to improve my voice. So
Your voice is good. It's okay. You've got a pleasant voice, but it really helps.
Yeah. So it's also one of those that's not attached to my headphones, so it's on the desk right now. So
yeah,
trying to figure how it works well.
Are you using a standing mic, a standing bass on it?
Yeah, whatever that came with the box. I got this yesterday, so I'll send a picture later on. But it's a Rode USB Plus. It's definitely more expensive than anything I ever.
No, that's an awesome one. That's an awesome one. I have a feeling I know who sent it. No, I'm just kidding. But the Rode is great. Rode is really always reliable.
But yeah, those who's watching the stream, just kind of let me know if the volume is too high or too low with my voice compared to what I usually have it on. Since it's kind of all just a trial and error right now. Once I post everywhere information, we'll get these leagues running. We're still looking for one more player for Europe, so let me go put that information. Yeah. But we have plenty for North America now.
Ready, go!
Hey, Nero, mix-ups in the chat. Natsu's joined the room, trying out Jeffrey, who is seems to be the popular character for everyone to try out now.
Round 3. Ready, go!
I have not played enough of this latest patch, but what I have played, I've had a lot of fun. But we'll see.
Got to play a little bit in the last week, a little bit just to mess with things around. But yesterday I played pretty much the entire day, more than I should. Rank. It felt fine for me. Just some change of stuff is have to get used to. Especially the Ukemi, the exact quick recovery. I just can't stop tapping random buttons now.
Round 1. Ready, go! Round 2. Ready, go!
Yeah, on my stream we were having fun chatting. We talked about a lot of different topics, though. The current topic is kind of more about the future of hardware gaming and the potential acceleration of the adoption of streamed gaming, because especially under the current conditions of hardware and the global situation, like with costs.
You mean right now, today, or you talk about the past 7 days ago?
No, this is talking about the future. It's just talking about. I just kind of told my audience that like that hardware gaming, like consoles, PC gaming, might get pushed further in niche soon just because of where cost is. But at the same time, it's still a cost when you go to a subscription-based type of streaming platform. But it's like a scary time for this because some of the moves that are being made, the studios that are being cut down, where the publishers are looking for what they think will be the future, and so we might have. That said, this is an environment where the consumer can't afford that much, so in the past, people would cut their entertainment budget and their dining budget. And I think right now there's a lot of people that are cutting their subscription budget because we just went through the streaming wars the last few years, right? The last decade. And so for gaming to move into that space has always been a tough one. I mean, I think a lot of industry players have been looking at it, but they just don't know when it would happen. They just don't know when streamed gaming would happen, right? But I feel like the environment has become more and more ripe for it. So that it might be happening even sooner than I expect. But when that happens, it gets it's like an ugly process. And one way to look at it, if we're looking at, of course, now it's the geopolitical situation that leads to, and the AI investments that lead to where we're at right now, but that just kind of accelerates something that was likely to happen. But what that also means is in a way, the consoles are looking more and more like Blu-ray players 10 years ago, where that becomes more and more hardcore and niche, and it becomes more and more expensive because it's just serving those that can afford. Because you don't have like a mass adoption plan to subsidize the cost of the platform itself. Now that said, streaming itself is a platform. It requires quite a huge infrastructure cost, which is why it has consistently failed a lot in the past. But and so it's just a matter of when it kind of meets, when the consumer is ready for it and when it's ready for the consumer, just when those two things run into each other. So we'll see what happens. But you know what? This new VF is going to be amazing, and I like where Sega's at right now. I think Sega could be one of the more interesting publishers for a while because of where they're positioned right now. But it's going to be a hard time in general. But I'm glad that Sega can keep investing in what they believe to be quality, which is something, and I like, that Shuji Itsumi sees Sega as like an awesome record label, right? And so for them, taste does matter. What type of taste matters?
Once after this match between these two matches that's happening right now, we'll start the 5-match countdown for those leagues. Start to finish posting just a little more. Again, for European players, note that the date passcode is different from how I usually do it, which is always today's date. But since Europe and North America's passcode will be exactly the same when I do that, it's 4040 for Europe.
That was cool. That was cool. What the hell? How come I cannot block that last one? I don't know, but that was nuts. Maybe I was holding down. I don't know. That was really cool.
Ready, go!
Awesome throw reads, XTN. That's so good.
Round 4. Ready, go!
That was such a fun game, XTN. It's good to be back on VF.
Yeah, I actually got to play against XTN yesterday. You're talking about XTN, right?
Yeah.
We got this one left to do.
Okay, what did you want us to do, Akai?
Oh, nothing. I was just mentioning a question. You're talking about match with XTN, right?
Yeah, I was. But I thought there was something you wanted us to do after the game, so I was trying to. Or were you talking to Europe?
Well, let's do the 5-match countdown now. We start the 5-match countdown now.
Okay, cool.
Round 1.
Alright, 5-match countdown. Oh, wait for one more player before we make the one for. Oops, sorry.
By the way, really good to fight you again, Mixed Up. Keep it up. Always so much fun. I love this costume, by the way. Awesome costume, Mixed Up. I'll try to change my costume too. Hey Calamity, it's so good to see you. I hope you're doing really good. Very good. Mix-Up's playing awesome. I see.
5-match countdown has already started for both leagues, so once that happens, we'll get the leagues running. So plenty of time for people to join the room if they want to.
That was such an awesome round.
Yeah, Natsu is a very strong player for France. Usually, as his name is Natsu the Wolf, so his name is Wolf. But I've seen him play Taka and of course I've seen him play Jeffrey.
Mix Up, that was an awesome round. Really cool round.
Also, if anyone's watching the stream, if you are trying to get into a room or can't, let me know. I just kind of want to get an idea of how many, if the round 0 bug is still affecting people to get into the room.
Mix Up, that was a really good game. Good battle. I love that very much.
Forgot to train, eh?
4 matches before we start North America. Yeah, you've got Kingo in the room. This Europe League right now has a lot of French players.
Round 1.
More matches begin, so plenty of time for people to join both rooms now.
Nice. Excellent. I love that choice. That was so cool.
Alright, we have 6 players for Europe, 13 players in North America. Let's see if we could get, when we had World Stage came out the first 2 weeks before 1.10, people did not have trouble getting into it. You had the round 0 bug for this league? Okay. I'm wondering how much of it is because I'm posting 2 leagues at the same time, and after 1.08, I noticed that you can never get 2 full rooms at a high number. But these are all things that we might not have 13 players in North America, so that might be taxing to get into your room. This Keisha is from Sarah Play from the West Coast area, which actually there's the Bayside tournament. I think that's what's called as the tournament that Reaper is kind of gaining running now with Monica helping, just Monica. That should be, I think, happening today or tomorrow. Isha, if you know, please correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, so that's one person who can't get into the room.
Alright. We've got Drunken Shun here. Let's see how this goes.
Ready, go!
That's a funny change to the knockdown there. I didn't expect this knockdown to instantly Ukemi because of the easy input. That was nuts. Good game, Move Click. Very good game. Keep it up with that, Shun. I like it. I like that Shun very much. And I do think Shun kind of matches your approach because Shun is very good at being patient. Very, very good at it. Arguably the best zoner in the game, too. So the opponent has to come to him, and so it's really, really good.
Round one. Ready, go!
Duo matches before we begin North America. Some duo matches before we begin Europe.
Really good to see a demo. Nice. Very good. Good round, Demo. Good round. Keep it up. You're making him look pretty smooth, Move Quick. Keep it up.
Round three. Ready, go!
And just when I'm doing the Bay Area events from last week, I didn't have any issues with my memory card on that. Okay.
Ready, go!
Very nice. Very good, Demo. I like these choices.
I'm guessing the Stormlord crack coolant in your room is Nepruha, but I'll go double check if that is. Also, for those who's playing in the room, if you do change your nickname, please let me know. I do keep track of stats for everyone since 2022. So I don't mind name changes, but for my accurate measurement of participation and stats, definitely let me know if you do change your nickname.
Good game, Demo. Good game. That was a lot of fun.
See? I thought I'm better.
Few more matches before we start North America room. Once we do start the league, please do not try to join the room. I do believe that ongoing matches, when people join the room, still has that causes the match to have some issues. So, elimination match on the Europe side, we have Natsu against Kingo. I think most people will agree that they're right at the top 2 players in France. And most likely the top, I think the top 5 of the Europe. And got Retro Chobu, who has, I believe, has switched to playing Lyon today.
Yeah, he's been playing.
Deciding it's gonna be Leon, Akira, and Jeffrey, right?
Yeah, he's been playing Leon for a while. Like he has a nice Leon too because of he's got really good like unpredictable aspects to his play, or not unpredictable, but like conditioning aspects of his play that are very scary. Like Leon can be a pretty good fit for him because I've seen him do interesting stuff, and he's definitely hit me pretty good with Leon. Like, and knowing like his choice of when to throw is always really good too.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Interesting.
Well, there's also one thing that might be affecting people joining and stuff. I don't think that's happened in these leagues itself. But it seems like if someone has a player block or from their underblock list, if that person's in the room or you try to join the room with a person on block list, you won't be able to. So hopefully everyone is nice enough to each other that they're not each other's block lists.
Good game, Retro. That was so much fun. Very, very fun. Like I said, his choice of when to do throw mix-up is always really good. Because he has a good sense of when the opponent's going to defend versus attack. And that alone is what makes him always very scary. So I always like fighting him. It's so much fun. And this is not the first time I fought the Leon matchup with him. His Leon, it can get really volatile, and it's really good in the mirror because of his ability to kind of sense when you're going to defend. So it's really good.
It's showtime! Round 1. Ready, go!
Alright, this is the last match now for both Europe and North America. So we're going to start after these matches. So right now with North America, we have 13 players. I wonder if 12 and 13 is going to be the max nowadays. I think we had, after patch 1.0, a 14 player rule.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Did you ran a Chanchai Jojo this past Tuesday? Chanchai?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got, I think we hit about 14. 13 or 14.
So okay, got to check one too.
Yeah. It's just that, but there definitely were a number of people who couldn't get in. So similar to Akai leagues, we know that there's a good amount of people that that try for a while and get discouraged because of how much trying they have to go through. We definitely had that on Tuesday. So we are seeing the same room issues still, of course.
It might be to a point if it can't be fixed where a 16 player room can hold up to 16 players, then there might be some type of
I think they might just
ability when it hits a high number.
Yeah, well,
Let's see.
could be, but I think it's just probability. All right, good luck, have fun, everybody. And Toby's doing awesome there. All right, now I have not fought Danny Genoa. All right, thank you very much. Good luck. All right, anyways, wow, I have not fought Dandy J in a while. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I am expecting to lose this because Dandy J's Kage's half circulars are no joke. With the current changes, his half circular should be even more vicious.
Round 1.
So we'll see.
Ready, go! Round two. Ready, go!
Man, these rollbacks. Very good. Yep. Hey, Retro, good to see you here. That was an awesome battle. Really good stuff with Dillion. Keep it up.
Excellent.
It was really, really fun fighting you, Leon.
Round four. Ready, go!
Very good. No, I'm not shocked that you won. That wasn't your first time winning against me either. Your instincts are very scary when you're able to understand what the opponent's doing. All right, good game, Dandy J. Good game.
What a knucklehead.
You played awesome. You played awesome, Toby. And yeah, the final round was really good. No, what the hell? Okay. Hey, Akai.
Hey, what's up?
I crashed out of the room. Yeah, it tells me, it gave me the room is disbanded, but of course the room was not disbanded. But I had a good match with Dandy J. We finished it. I won the game, and then suddenly, boom, I was out of the room.
Well, 4 players got disconnected. So, should I just restart it?
I will let you make that call. I did rejoin the room.
Let's just redo it. It says that, yeah.
Okay.
So, guys, come and play, and we'll restart the league again.
Okay, so are you gonna start the room, or are you gonna continue this room?
Well, the match is going to be played right now, but people still join the room, so we'll just keep it to the room and see if it's fine.
Yeah, so far the connections are all color, so that's good. There's no gray bars.
Well, that's fine. It's saying begin league match.
Okay. Well, we've got a new issue to log. New report to send to Sega.
Yeah.
We have a new report to send.
Match, yes. Let me just see what happens with the begin league match.
Okay. We know that there's we're gonna be running this league very cautiously with eyes open.
I'm sorry, guys, for this issue. See, keep saying begin league match. So look at it is bug on my side here.
Is it? Okay.
I might have to remake room, guys.
I think you will have to. I did run into some issues somewhat like this where the room became pretty, like, as the host, like the room also became uncontrollable. Maybe twice I've run into that. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, keep saying begin league room. Let's see when these people finish their match. I'm going to remake a room.
Okay.
So kind of let everybody know.
I'll leave the room and I'll wait.
Yeah.
I will wait your instructions. Let me know when the room's open or when you're doing that. But yeah.
Yeah, you write this down for people too. So.
We'll watch my stream. We'll watch VFTV.
Yeah, so go ahead, exit. Yeah, let me go, for all the manufacturers that are going to disband and then maybe.
So, Tobias, there was a couple issues here. One, a few people got disconnected from the room. It told us both.
Players.
It told us that the room was disbanded when it was not. However, Akai's having trouble starting a new league battle. That's what's going on.
Actually, no, it's supposed to say that I'm still beginning the league room.
Oh, okay. So your system frozen.
Matches, so yeah.
I see.
So I'm waiting for the other 4 people to finish their match, and then I'm going to disband and remake the room. So please be patient or wait. We got 2 more matches turns to go, and then we're going to do it. Yeah. new moon for Europe, for North America was Sam to see it was finished. Alright, disbanding room, sorry guys.
Alright. Although we're having fun watching this battle between Johnny Danger and Rushdown Turtle.
Alright, may the Vietnam Coast Guards be kind to us, I forgot to say that, so.
Yes, that was the reason. Also,
yeah.
just to clarify, tomorrow there will not be Akai Leagues, correct?
Yes, no Akai Leagues Sunday.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm in the room with MF Diva. Is that the correct room? Yeah, it looks like it is.
You're in the right room.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, just making sure. Alright, Diva, let's practice. Let's give it a stress test. Move quick, I know the feeling. I won my first match too. I don't know how the match will go after that against Dandy J.
Yeah, apologize for the inconveniences. We made a new room. We wait till everyone who was in the first room can get in, like I said. Alright, let's see. 38728. 38728. Yeah, all we can do right now is Sega is aware of these issues with Room. I know that they're still working on it, even since patch 1.6 has been released. But it's a difficult thing for them to do, so we'll see how it is. You can try drawing 2 scoops. We'll see if we can hit past that 13. I think some people might not even want to try drawing after experiencing the issues, so apologies again.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Nice. That was really nice.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Good game, Diva. Good game.
How many people is right now in the North America room? I'm still missing people who want to participate. Jack.
Forgot the train, eh?
Get this. Yeah,
There's 10 people in the North America room right now.
so we're seeing all next week matches. I think he is streaming though, so let's see. Yeah, if there's still someone on the stream who was in the first league and wants to get in, let me know. I'll definitely wait for you to before I restart it. Just I'll be sure to put 3 matches before we begin.
Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Okay, MF Dina, who was recently at Texas Showdown, also Blurring was there too.
Very nice playing.
Blurring got, I think, 5th place.
I think so.
Nice to see Blurring going in the leagues, doing well in the events.
Ready, go!
Chance puts the stream from the old player's point of view. Blurring.
Knockout!
1, 2, 3.
Ready, go!
Looks like Nasty is not streaming, so okay. You can watch his matches, all his matches on my stream.
I do see like a lot more rollbacks today, but it's all good. It's a really good battle blurring. Really good battle. So much fun.
11 players. I think there's 2 more before we start.
I want a serious fight.
Who's Sisha? Sisha still can't get into room sound. Seems like it. So,
Sisha, no. I hope you can make it in here, Sisha.
the demo who was originally in the room couldn't get in. Maybe he can't get in the room now. That's always the issue. Like if you make a new one, some people might can't get in, some people can.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Here's a match between Natsu and Kingo again. This time in the league.
Ring out. Round 2. Ready, go!
I like the use of backdash evade by move quick.
Round 3. Ready, go!
You got this, come on.
Time's up.
Sisha, you can still try.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Very good. Alright, here we go, move quick.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Alright, matches. We have 2 more matches in the Europe room. Currently, we have Kingo undefeated.
Good games,
Alright,
real quick.
one last match, and then we'll begin North America room.
Okay. You got 11 people. Alright, let's do this Will Within.
Yeah, it looks like Bandy J.
Round 1.
Yeah, at least 4 people might be from 2 new people, I think, in this league. 4 people from the first one's current game. So.
Nice, just a ring out. No, yep. Very good. Good ring out Will Within. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for the compliments on my spacing move quick. power of Leon's uppercut.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Nice evade throw. The damage scaling saved him there. I thought the jab would be enough. I thought the jab would be enough to win that round. It's like, nope, combo scaling.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Puha was playing against Rezanov here. Rezanov wins. Last round for Europe. North America, we ready again? Yep. Alright guys, we're gonna try again.
Alright, good luck, have fun. Good luck on connections. Alright, very good games were within. Keep it up. No problem. I know you tried the fuzzy. It's okay. It takes a bit to get used to because you gotta pre-buffer it. I recommend pre-buffer and then you hold the 3, but it's okay. I'm glad that you're working on it, and I'm glad you put yourself in the situation where you should be able to intentionally do it. Don't worry, I believe in you.
Ready, go!
Very good.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go!
Very good. Very nice. Good round within. Good patience. Good hanging in there.
Ready, go!
That meaty timing was better. Very good backdash knee. That backdash knee was perfect. Very good. Very good. Alright, here we go.
Ready, go! Excellent.
So this kick is like 11 frames.
Ready, go!
Alright, good game, we're within. Good game. You're playing really well. You are, but keep it up. I liked your backdash games off of the 6-6P. It's always a classic, always a really good one. And it skill checks knowledge and skill checks your opponent to see if they're expecting or not. So you made very good use of it. Yeah. Keep it up. The fuzzies will come. The fuzzies will come. It does, like, they'll come into matches. They might be in training mode, but they'll come into matches.
Ready, go!
I gotta get used to those hit frames. Something, my situational awareness is feeling off in the Taka matchup. I have to get used to something. Something changed. Man, I can't believe the low punch lost to that. It makes sense though because of range. Man, crash back dash got killed. Good game, Nexian. Good game.
What a knucklehead!
By the way, Furiox, thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day today. Hope you're enjoying the VF. Good games with it then. Let's see here. So we might be fighting Blurring next. We might be on break. Hey, Rushdown Turtle, yeah, I love this shirt. We got this shirt from LA Gathering. This is a good reminder. LA Gathering is going to be late October, I believe October 23rd, is what we're looking around that time, like a week before Halloween. And yeah, you guys should go. It's going to be amazing. There's a lot more we can talk about it, but yeah. All right, here we go, Blaring. Very good. Blaring's doing so good controlling options. I do think that these changes help Blaring's style of play because he likes to prefer to use attack and then half circulars. Good. Yeah, that was a big mistake. Big mistake here. Because of that. Good game, Blaring. Very good game. That was an awesome battle. Alright, move quick, here we go. It's the rematch. It's too bad Dandy J was not able to stay in the room. I wish they could have. Always love fighting Dandy J.
Round one. Ready, go! Round two. Ready, go!
Very good. I like the low throw into, or low punch into throw.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go!
You tried to I prevented you from falling down manually. I stopped you from falling down manually. Good game. Good game is always move quick. Really good stuff. Keep it up with your Shun. I like you playing Shun. So why do I like you playing Shun? With Akira's mechanical flow, I think you weren't as into the way applying pressure with attack that Akira really kind of should do. With Shun, I feel that you're comfortable using the fact that Shun can be very good at zoning, so that you feel comfortable baiting your opponent, and because you're comfortable baiting your opponent from range, you're more active with your Shun in a way that's more natural to how you would like to approach the game. So I think for right now where you are in VF, I think Shun is a really good fit, and I think you're gonna see more interactions, and I think you're gonna enjoy that process. So I think it was a very good call for you to play Shun, because I think you're picking up more and more situations with Shun in this way. Now that said, this way is not too different from another player, a friend of mine, HP Starcraft. He plays kind of a very similar style of Shun that you do. You guys are different, but the concepts are kind of similar. That said, yes, do study their matches, but also study like Bannock's matches, because that's like the textbook of like all the situations with Shun. Study the Denkai approach as well. But do study all the different Shun players that you can, because I think you're gonna draw inspiration from all of them. Keep it up. Alright, who do we got here? Which player is playing this Shun?
It's showtime. Round one.
Sam the Seed, hell yeah.
Go!
That's right, that's what Sam the Seed's good at. I like Sam the Seed's mixed approach too.
Round two. Ready, go!
They do like to crush though, quite a bit. Yes, we got the drunken points off.
Round three. Ready, go!
Very good.
Knockout. Round four. Ready, go!
Very good game, Sam the Seed. Very good game. Good stuff. I'm glad I read the throw correctly.
What a knucklehead.
Or guessed right, as it were.
I won't lose.
You'll enjoy this.
Alright, here we go. Is this Bruce the Bestia? This is like such a cool costume.
Round one.
Nope, 2 scoops. Hell yeah.
Go. Duck out. Round two. Ready, go! Duck out.
That was really good.
Round three. Ready, go! Knockout.
I'm glad it didn't break the wall.
Round four. Ready, go! Knockout.
Good game, 2 scoops. Very intense.
What a knucklehead.
Definitely take the patient approach with Shun. Shun is definitely a character where you just let yourself add more and more tech, add more and more situational knowledge, just add more and more experience. Yeah, take the patient road with Shun. He's very rewarding. He has so much in his game, so much little details. So just enjoy it. Smell the roses, and it'll come. But you're doing great. 2 Scoop says, good games, way overestimated my plus frames at the end there. That can happen, but Leon's uppercut also sometimes wins in weird situations too. Now that wasn't one of them, that was a normal situation, but that can happen. Alright, Zack attack, here we go. Good. Alright, good, I'm gonna do forward throws against you. Very nice. Very good, Zack attack. Alright, here we go. Doing well. I kind of like his off rhythm play. Good. I need to learn what the combo is. I think it's KK now, but still. So I'm using high jab into throw. Good. So the hard part about trying to Abari with a single jab, when if they counter hit you with jab is you could accidentally input too early. Very nice trying to use crouch. Now, if I elbow you from crouch, you won't be able to duck. So that's the trick here. Is that elbow will stop that. Alright, good games, my friend. Good games, Akai. Keep it up. The throw escapes got better in the last half of the fight. Do keep being active like you were in the first round, but I know that right now you're focusing on that throw escape. I know you're focusing on throw escape, so it's good stuff. Keep it up, and the throw escapes were starting to happen more and more, which was very good. Alright, mix up, here we go. This is even more scary than last time because we're fighting on taco stage. Eileen is also good on taco stage.
Ready, go!
I don't know if I can break that stagger, but I gotta practice that sometime. Awesome. Alright, mix-up's doing hell awesome. These are all very tricky-ish type of plays, which I like. Man. That was really intense. That was really intense.
Round three. Ready, go! Ring out. Round four. Ready, go!
Alright, good game, good game. Now, they do like to do low crush when they wake up, so it's really interesting. It's good to do because I like to do it too, but it's got a lot of risk. But that's a good game. Really awesome stuff. That Mix-Up's Eileen reminds me a lot of Tricky, so. At least in terms of Tricky's mid-range setups. So it's like Tricky's mid-range setups is what it is. But they are able to scrap up close. It's just that I think we both decided to fight more mid-range in this battle. But I do think their up-close scrapping is very scary. Very scary. Their use of 9P is really good. Alright. We got 2 scoops versus Sam to C. This should be exciting to watch. Let's hope it doesn't crash out. Okay.
Ready, go! Round two. Ready, go!
Very nice. Very nice, two scoops. Ooh. I think if two scoops builds evade into 2P plus K a little more, it'll work better for this matchup. I would use, if I was two scoops, I would use 2P plus K against Shun a little more, especially after evade. But you need space. Like, it depends on what Shun's doing, but eventually you start seeing that Shun is in this certain position. But the good thing about 2P plus K is it's hit confirmable. Like here, right? If they got 2P plus K, they would have combo there, and they could choose how they finish the combo. I think there was about 4 different places where I saw 2P plus K would have been like really, really scary. And 2P plus K is such a good move for Sarah. It's like this low, it's this mid kick that like you can confirm into a combo. And so it is like her safest launcher. It's really good if you build the skill to do it after you duck a high. Because then you can hit confirm the 2P plus K. And then when you evade, especially against Shun, because when he's like in the weird animation, like if you evade him while he's still twisting or something, then 2P plus K should be guaranteed right there. And because of its like where it hits, its profile, it doesn't seem to like get out evaded too much, but it just might lose to like a high jab or something like that. Hey Poke Suzuki, so good to see you. How have you been doing? Yeah. Two Skip says they needed a warm up for Sam. Definitely makes sense. I needed a warm up too, so I feel that. Sam's Shun is very tricky.
Ready, go! Round two. Ready, go!
That was really good. I'm glad to hear you've been doing okay, Poke. How are you liking this patch? I hope you are enjoying this patch. I am enjoying it so far. Very nice. Oh my gosh! The kick wins. It launched me out of the ring.
Round four. Ready, go!
That kick, what the hell? Alright, good game. Good game, Diva. Always fun. So Poke Suzuki says the patch is pretty cool. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I think it's really interesting for Pi, especially, you know. I think the way that Pi plays, it should be pretty cool. Alright, Bruce Lebestia. Hell yeah. Always love fighting Bruce. This is gonna be scary. This patch should be better, even better for Bruce too.
Round one. Ready, go!
That should be it. Yeah, it makes 4K plus G more viable. It makes all the half circulars and circulars more viable for sure. Good games, my friend. Good games. Hey, Lon HSTV. Long time no see. How are you doing? It's good to see you. How have you been? What have you been up to these days? I hope you're doing very, very well. And thanks for supporting and watching here. Hope you're enjoying the fights. All right, let's join Akai. All right.
Alright, so yeah, results is in, so let me just push it back to the team to get the results. Alright, congratulations Chan for getting first place, XTN second, Sam the C third. Thank you guys for playing. We did manage some issues where we have to restart the league. Hopefully we don't have to have that issue again.
Okay, just to clarify, we are not.
To stay in the room and wait. For those who want to join the room and try to join the room, you can try so now.
Alright, Death Black is here.
Move quick and Sam the Seed.
Alright, move quick, Sam the Seed. Thank you guys very, very much. Machinex, so good to see you. Thank you very much.
Let's go put this. And once I finish posting the information to everywhere, we will start the countdown for the second week.
So LAN HS says, getting the hang of this game, understand how to play
People are
it.
more than welcome to join the North America room right now. Europe, don't join until it's completed, please.
Keep it up, LAN HS. Feel free to ask me questions at any time if you have any questions.
Chat, are you talking? And then I just want to see if the Discord if the Discord is working or not.
Yeah, I am speaking. You can't hear me? I guess Kai has not been able to hear me. Can you hear me now?
That's a good sign that she says they join.
Alright, looks like Discord was having issues.
And Jeffrey McGuire joined the room. Who is Jeffrey McGuire? Is that someone that has played this game before?
Jeffrey McWell is a character in Virtua Fighter. Can you hear me now, Kai? I see my talking indicator.
Yeah, I don't think I can hear his chat. Let me check on something. What's going on there?
Yeah.
Let me first post everywhere the information, and then we'll work on that. Okay, I can't hear you guys, so it's mostly something with my setup. Let me go fix it up.
Akai is just tweaking his audio settings, figuring out why he can't hear me on Discord. Obviously, we can hear him. And I do have the voice indicator on the Discord showing that I'm speaking. So,
Chat can't be heard. What's wrong with my things up here?
it's probably a Discord setting on his side. I'm not sure. But I do double check, and my Discord is definitely sending a signal when I speak.
Okay, they should be able to hear you now.
Alright, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Alright.
I have to figure out what's wrong with my settings. There's two Discord on my mixer here.
I see.
It's messing up.
All good, all good. Well, I'm glad that you can hear me, because, yeah. But yeah, we were able to hear you loud and clear here, so.
Awesome.
That was a very fun first league battle. So it's been a very interesting week, right? We've got, you know, we've had a full week now of the patch. And a lot of different opinions, you know, on it, but most of the people I talked to have been enjoying it, but there's definitely a decent chunk to where, you know, they've said that they feel like the game's slower, and the evade cancel changes has been frustrating for some. Some players, ECD was like a strong point of their strategy. like it's like what set up the rest of their strategy. So they're kind of dealing with that, the frustration that like right now the ECD is. I guess the thing is for me when I use ECD, my intention is actually to evade, and then the CD is the cancelings is kind of like if it happens to be that way, then I respond to the situation, right? And I'm fast enough to respond to that. For some people, I guess they used ECD just directly as a they used it very in the opponent's face as a way to just they'll respond to what it gives them, but it's not really like but maybe they weren't using it like as a precisely because they wanted to evade. They just kind of used it as like a technique that might be hard to deal with, right? But then they would also, if you started throwing them, they would of course adjust. So this is not saying that they didn't adjust. They definitely adjusted, but they were used to pressuring certain. They were used to narrowing the opponent's decision space with the ECD, and then doing their strategy around that. And I think that's where some of them feel very frustrated. I also feel like there's probably some players who maybe when they came from Tekken, they took their movement approach that's kind of more Tekken inspired, and they kind of adapted a Virtua Fighter form of that, and so that's where they're feeling these ECD changes kind of hard. Whereas I think I think there's some of us that remember playing Virtua Fighter before Final Showdown. We're used to like the half circulars being a strong answer and the delay attack being a strong answer. That didn't mean we stopped evading. It just meant that we had to be more precise with it.
Yeah, in Virtua Fighter 4, there was less things that you can actually fuzzy against. So with Virtua Fighter 5, they expanded the range of moves that you can actually fuzzy guard against, like where you can crouch down, get back up to pop mid and throws, and then way throws. So in Virtua Fighter 4, they seem much less safe. There's like in Virtua Fighter 5, they seem to have expanded where there's a safe portion too. Which a lot of people who did transition didn't like, and so you could see that there's quite a diverse opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, and first one thing, the technical interruption. Rushdown Turtle's been trying really hard to get into the room, and they can't get in. They're having real trouble trying to get into the room. Yeah. So having said that, okay. Now, it's good to remind everyone that when Final Showdown came out, there was definitely a lot of people, both in Japan and outside Japan, who, when the evade cancel tech, when we realized how pretty strong it is, some players were very vocal about not liking that direction of the game, right? For them, they felt that the evade cancel was too strong. And I would say that where they have a point is like, because it made Wolf's half circular game really, really hard to use. He needed like a lot of advantage, so it became something where he couldn't do it from small advantage. He needed like Nitaku to do his half circular game, and for some people that's a bit much, and I understand that too, because it can be constraining. And that's why I also feel that Wolf gets stronger in this version, just simply because he has more access to his traditional tools, than before. I don't want to dismiss anybody that's having their growing pains and frustrations with this version. I personally like the version, so people have asked me what I think. The verdict's still out, but so far I like this version very much. What I did say, and this is maybe not as empathetic, but more of like, well, I had to ask the question, am I having trouble with this movement change? And I have not. But it's like, well, why is that, right? And so when I asked that question myself, I think it's because there's like a few things about it. One, I use spacing a lot, and the spacing actually guides some of doesn't fully guide it, but it influences how I'm going to use evade and where I'm going to use it, and where I sense there's a good margin of error. But at the core, when I evade, I actually intend to evade. So I do evade cancel because you should do it, but my intention is not like to option select and see what we get. My intention is because I think I can evade you. And so because of that approach, I'm trying to be very precise with my evades. And I think people see that last week and they see it this week in the matches. and they see it on Tuesdays on the Chanchai's dojo on Tuesday, they see that I'm not at all slower than I was before. Not one bit. Like, I'm just as fast as I always have been, and I'm known to be a very fast player. And that's also because I use forward and backdash and crouch dash more. And on top of that, when I fight opponents, I actually try to sense what their attack timing is. Are they delaying, or are they... And this is something that I built more and more over the years, but especially 3 years ago, which I'll get into. But basically, if the opponent delays attacks, then I will switch from using buffered evade to dash evade, because the dash evade is more likely to still evade somebody that's trying to delay attack. If I dash evade something that is like a buffered attack, though, I will get less advantage than if I normally buffered that evade. But I'm willing to do that if I think the opponent likes to delay attack. So a long time ago, I addressed this situation about evading accurately. And I came to that especially 3 years ago, because 3 years ago, we just had the Super Choya Cup. I went to the Super Choya Cup 3 years ago, amazing time in February of 2023. And I was playing very strong in that event, but a comment did stick out to me. When I was fighting Denkai, Nero would comment, "I think Chanchai will have a hard time with delay attack." And then Gentleman Thief said a similar comment on stream, where they're like, "He's playing really good, but I think he would have trouble with delay attack." And it took me a while to really understand what they were commenting about, even though I was winning a lot, right? And at the time that I think Nero said it, I was like on a big win streak against Denkai, right? But eventually Denkai kind of figures it out. Denkai just used more of he goes back to his "I'll wait and I'll attack when I think it's the right time to attack" kind of thing. And that's the same thing as a delay attack in a way. So 3 years ago, I had to realize I was overusing ECD, and it became a weak point for me. And so that's why the way that I play now, you guys see me evade a lot, and you see me evade cancel a lot, and I still evade cancel a lot. It's just that I just had to learn to be very, very precise with it. And also, one of the great advice is there was a Japanese player who gave a lot of Southwestern players advice when they had some kind of session I'd heard about, and that player told them crouch dash is better than ECD, like always. And that was the conclusion I came to 3 years ago as well. It took me about 10 months to really come to the conclusion that I did, and it took me 3 months to kind of more formalize what's going on. And that's how I developed what I've been teaching, called some people would call it the tempo triangle, or the rock paper scissors of attack versus attack. And that is the relationship between buffer, which is speed 0, delay, which is speed 1, where you do crouch dash into attack, and speed 2, which is ECD attack. And that's a rock paper scissor in itself, though it's a little more volatile now, but it still applies. So anyways, that's my journey on that, and that's why I think that's why the ECD changes have not bothered me, because internally I addressed my accuracy issues with ECD and understood that I was overusing it maybe 3 years ago.
3 more matches remaining before we start the second league for North America. 2 scoopers exiting to see if they allow people to join in. Alright, see so.
Rushdown Turtle had some good comments on connection.
Yeah, I heard you. You told me about that. Rushdown Turtles.
He said, but he said that the other day this was happening with him and Fox. We couldn't join a 2-man room together. Wow, they could not join a 2-man room. It was eventually fixed when Fox restarted his game, which makes me wonder if this problem is actually on my end. I do think it has to do with the connection, the 2 players. Yeah, I think it has to do with that, like the connection itself, meaning 2 players, that joint between them. And I think sometimes something has to be addressed somewhere there. I would say that if we look at things not just as the players that have trouble with this, but when certain players match up, that's usually when I see this problem. And that's why I think it's a quote-unquote matchup problem. We'll use the term matchup if that helps people understand what I'm trying to talk about. But basically the pairing seems to be the challenge. And that's also why, why joining a room late is more likely to have a problem, because once you're in the room, everyone's gravy with you. So now it's the people that don't have a good connection with you. That increases the chances that they might not have a connection with you. So you're more likely to run into that when you come into the party later. Whereas if you come to the party sooner, there's a decent chance it's working, and that's because I think that implies that it's the pairing, it's that connection with that other person. But is there a way to make it work? Yeah, we've made it work many times. But it just seems like this game is more strict about booting somebody off with that, or saying, no, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work. Whereas remember in the past, there would sometimes be, you join a room and there was someone else in the room and everything seemed fine, but you always had trouble with that. I think now the game is just more strict in actually booting somebody out.
All right, congratulations, Kingo, for getting first place. Box Pizza Cat getting second with Taka. Jub getting third. Thank you guys for playing. We'll do one more league for Europe.
Two Scoops got back in. Good to hear. Merkster, good to see you. Hope you're doing really well. Good to see you on the Twitch side of things. I always appreciate your support on both Twitch and on YouTube. Shadosha says they can't get in either. Shadosha, no, yeah. We want Shadosha. We all want Shadosha.
Just before we get the North America room, yeah, this is the Round Zero bug, and it was specifically with after patch 1.08 came out, which this Round Zero bug happened.
We need Shadosha energy to like crack on Sega, about the Shadosha. You are our warrior. We need you to like crack on it on Sega in a very Shadosha way, so Sega will like listen harder. So make them listen harder, Shadosha. You're our only hope. So.
Sorry. But yeah, because before patch 1.08, even with the netcode issues, or we had gray bar connections or room instability, I was able to host both North America and Europe with both rooms full, like still 32 players. But after 2 weeks, when 1.08 came out, that's when that Round Zero bug happened.
Shadosha's on the Shadosha's dealing with the timeout, with the when you're pinging everyone and it's trying to turn all the grays into color, and then
So it's been a very frustrating experience. Yeah, I think for people, the issue is that we do have people who want to play, but the game is not allowing us to play it, and so yeah.
Shadosha feels our pain, so we need the Shadosha megaphone on this. I mean, we are telling Sega this stuff. They do watch the stream and they observe it. So we're just like, dude, like this is driving us nuts, and it's what drives us nuts is when we do see when we see it like really we see it discouraging from a group that really wants to play but wants to play in these room battles. And we do think that when room battles work, it's one of the most fun ways to play the game. Of course, I advocate for a balanced diet, so I do think if possible, you should do some ranked, you should do some single player, you should do some rooms, and you definitely should have sparring partners. Everyone should have sparring partners that they can chat with, they're just loving VF with, and they can fits their schedule and they can play with.
One last match. Jeffrey McWow do anyone know who Jeffrey McWow is? Is he someone new?
I would have thought that Jeffrey McWow was Shadosha, except that Shadosha says they can't get into the room. So,
Shadosha is like a strong now, right? Yeah. He's the Europe Elite. He's the Europe Elite.
It turns out Shadosha's trying to play on 2 different systems. No, I'm just kidding. No, that'd be amazing to play a league on 2 systems at once. No.
I tried that as testing. It messes things up
a lot. Yeah. You tried doing that?
I see. Yeah, I did try that, and it really messed things up.
Easy anti-cheat's probably flagging you.
Yeah, I do wonder that. I wonder if me hosting both leagues simultaneous right now with the same
You know,
IP is causing like a limit, but it's happening to other people who's not hosting two rooms at the same time. So
I'm tempted to ask the question, like, we should ask people if anybody's using VPN. You guys, are any of you guys using VPN? Just curious. I'm not saying that's the factor. I can imagine VPN totally messing with I can imagine Easy Anti-Cheat totally hating on VPN. So if you're on a VPN, I don't know, maybe consider if that causes it. That said, I would never want you to compromise your security. So I would never want you to compromise your security.
I messaged some people, like I think they're on wireless. If their connection with them is unstable, let me know too. Because we do want, this has been since 2022, the rules of the Akai leaks is people play on wire connection if possible. Maybe because it does solve some of the issues that people are experiencing. All right, we're going to begin now. Good luck, guys. Have fun.
Good luck. Have fun. Thanks so much. Yeah, it did start in 1.08, right? This started like October when World Stage came out, when crossplay came, but we have to definitely put, crossplay, Easy Anti-Cheat. It wasn't during the beta, which did not use Easy Anti-Cheat. That's why people tend to jump on the Easy Anti-Cheat, but it might be multiple factors. I like the use of 46B. That's so good. All right, Mix-Up. I really like the way Mix-Up plays. Very patient, calculated. And then this too. They're like, if you low punch Instinct, you're dead. They like crushing low punch and high punch for that matter. Good. Very good. I don't think I'm going to win this game, but I'm going to try. If I committed to that, that would have worked. That slowed down a little, but that was a really intense battle. Good game, Mix-Up. Good game. That was intense. That was an awesome battle. Good game. So Merkster says, could delete or rename settings file. It's always an interesting approach. Go full default, or do you mean operating system level? Could be a lot of things. I mean, I think they're talking about setting in game, but yeah. That said, I mean, we'll start by saying it's the game for sure, but we're trying to figure out if there's factors that could help fix it or reduce it, but it does happen to everyone. It's definitely a problem in the game. Hey, Lightwing Dragon, how have you been doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing very, very well. How have you been liking this patch? I imagine you would like it though. I think this patch is pretty good to Leifei. Very nice. Very good. Very good. Nice. All right, good round. Zack attack keeps us up. Good. So now I'm making sure that you're buffering your response. So like you block this uppercut, good. Good throw escape. Good throw escape. Alright, really good game, Zack attack. Keep it up. Good game. Wow, they counter hit my throw. That was insane. I'm glad that I can confirm the situation a bit better earlier, because earlier I had a launch, but I did not have the combo. Nice, good round. That was a good round. That was a good round. Good guess and went for a good big damage. That was a good backdash. Good game, A+. Good game. really good. Good game, Blang. Good game. I don't know if Shadosha's still in the room. They're probably streaming now. If they're not, by the way, everyone should follow Shadosha on Twitch. They do sometimes stream Virtua Fighter, and it's always wonderful when they do. Always have lots of good stuff to say, lots of good comments to talk about. Love to hear about their experience at the EVO Awards. They were nominated for Commentator of the Year. I'm really happy that they got that nomination. You know, Virtua Fighter is not the most popular game outside of Japan or in general anymore, but I'm really glad that Shadosha's talent could be recognized. Thank you so much for the follow. Merkster, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Really appreciate it. Almost. Good game, Diva. Good game. Also follow MF Diva on Twitch as well. Always wonderful stream too. Very good community vibes. Very good guy. Shadosha also is really good at talking about so many aspects of competitive Virtua Fighter as well. And good on the details, especially details of the matchup. But I very much like the way they talk about the psychology of the game. And they're a person who played a lot of both, Virtua Fighter as well as Tekken, and so they have they're very good at explaining a lot of the concepts in a way that Tekken players would appreciate. All right, 2 scoops, here we are. Dude, this is like the death stage too. Good game, Two Scoops. Good game. I think I see what some people are talking about, though. So the feeling I have, for the most part, netcode is great. For the most part, it is. But there's small cases where it feels like you wonder if you're getting your inputs rolled back, like even in the neutral. So that's a really interesting one. This is what some people might feel is like a dropped input or something like that. But sometimes I don't know, because sometimes it might be just that I buffered too early, like if I got counter hit or something like that. But I think I'm seeing a little bit of what people say, but so far it's generally playing great. But we'll see if I see these little tiny anomalies that are very, very rare. If it feels like they're 1 in 1,000, maybe 1 in 5,000, to be honest. Like 5,000 moves, right? But we'll see. Might be EAC and hard to tell. Yeah. It feels like it's this patch, actually. Like, it doesn't feel like... This is something I'm not sure if I felt earlier. I see. So they like to wait. Okay. So Death Black is a VF veteran. Right now, these poke setups are the hard ones for them. Nice pounce. Yeah. Or netcode somehow. Yeah. Well, Kai had been theorizing that it seems like when you're further away in the neutral, that the game seems to be doing something different. And so that, because I think the nature of that was the stutters. Alright, good game, Death Black. Good game. I like the flip kick, but you're really far away to be doing that flip kick. A good game, my friend. I'm not against flip kicks, by the way. Here's the thing that people should know about flip kick, right? It could potentially slightly crush. Like, it can crush low punch a little. But also, it's like think of flip kick as a one move combo because it does so much damage, right? And it's really fast. So because of that, it's such a good, strong hard call. It's just that the consequences are huge, but flip kick does so much damage. That's why people like using it, right? Well, people like using it because it looks comical or it looks cool, depending on who you are. But it's legit, and so I've always treated it as a legit move. But I'm also a guy who doesn't mind using 32 frame attacks in this game. So I'm actually from Oregon State, which is just south of Washington. So more known for the city of Portland. But a lot of people do think I'm from Washington State because you probably see results when I'm playing a tournament in Seattle. But yeah, but I'm from Oregon State. I'm doing good. Washington State's doing great. Washington State VF is doing really great. You've got players like Koen Raku, who used to be from Scotland. They live in Seattle. Very good. Good round, Wu Within. I like a lot of what Wu does, actually. Now this should no longer be guaranteed anymore. This is Leon Magic, by the way. Good duck. Almost good punish. I will always challenge your meaty timing. I challenge everyone's meaty timing. It's not personal. Very good. That was a good Abare. That was a very good Abare. Good. Yes, block. Very good fight, my friend. So watch this. After I escape your throw, I crouch backdash and do that. That's one of the tricks I like to do. That said, it's very risky if you sidekick me, or with John, you can do like 3-3-3P. So if somebody's out spacing you, your John can use 3-3P, right? That rushing upper, it's really good. And you can hit confirm that, and you can play guessing games off of it. So don't forget that you do have a tool like that. Of course, you can 6-6P or you can 6-6-6P. It's really cool. You can also zone them too. So if somebody zones you, you can zone them back. So I like backdash and then back forward K plus G. So like back forward K plus G. That's backdash into the forward roll. It can really catch a lot of people, especially people that like to step. It will really mess people that like to step. It's just like backdash into the forward roll, right? Back forward K plus G. So much fun to do. Of course, Jean has one of the really strong backdash games, actually, because backdash 6K is so good, but also 4-4-6P back, and then you can hit confirm that into the kick follow up. So good with good Okizemi as well. So yeah, keep it up. Keep it up. Yeah, so try 3-3P. Try using your back. You've already shown that you can do backdash stuff. So definitely add to your. Don't overuse backdash because it's really risky, but it's really cool when it works. And Jean is really scary on the neutral game. So the thing that stands out about Jean is his neutral game. Okay, this person is taking their patience watching. So they're watching right now, so we have to understand that they're watching. Good. Backdash into that was really good. If they're harping that would be awesome. Ah, that sucks. Damn, Jeffrey. Good. Hmm. So the zoning game is what's working for me against them, but we'll see. All right, good game. I really like this Jeffrey. I like this Jeffrey very much. There's a lot of stuff that they do know, or setups that they were comfortable with, but they do have trouble with more of the indirect type of playing, or the set plays, the micro set plays is the things that I'm giving them a hard time on. Really, really fun stuff. Yeah, -13 on Leon 6 PP. Yeah. Agent of Oblivion, yes, there will be one more league after this.
Up and have everyone's records since 2022 all compiled into one big document, which ended up being 850 plus pages. And for ease of reference and looking, it should be somewhere around 1,600 pages once it's completed. But we're going to go talk about that later. Congratulations, Chan for getting first place. Jeffrey McWild, aka Volcano Shed, gets second. Blurring gets third.
Oh, Jeffrey McWild is Volcano Shed. Okay. Thanks for clarifying that is Volcano Shed. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, I'll put him in my little black book of people who are making my life harder. So that I have to go search information.
It's okay. All the different names on the Discord are kind of fun. So I forgot what name they put on the Discord. It might be Jeffrey McWild, but yeah. We got to use the Shadosha vocabulary, like they're McWilding. So I like the McWilding.
Make my life easier, please. I don't mind you change your nicks and stuff, but just let me know ahead of time so that I can update my stat book as easy as possible. Which is at 850 pages, and I'm finally caught up to everything. Yay! So the next step will be
So Wu Within asks a really good question. Okay. So Chancha he says, Chancha, is it possible to react to 2P and see if it hit or blocked? I got hit a lot trying to 6P after blocking 2P. Might have to look at replays later. So yes, it's possible, and yes, I do it, but here's what I recommend. A lot of people try to hit confirm. That's not what I do. I react because I look at the startup frames of 2P. Now, 2P is one of the hardest things to react to, so this skill takes a long time to build. It's more that you're anticipating 2P, or you have to really keep that 2P as a possibility in your mind. And so when you're guarding and you realize your opponent is going to do a 2P, that animation is very distinct. The opponent crouches and they cock their arm back. And so at some point you start seeing that animation. And then you start predicting, okay, I'm going to block that. Or no, I'm about to get interrupted by it. This is really powerful because if you're doing a high string, like let's say you're Jean and you did PKP. So you do PKP and you see your opponent is going to low punch you. You can actually now, if you at least understand that it's possible for them to low punch interrupt this high string, you can start preparing to do a fuzzy guard the moment that low punch hits you. So in Virtua Fighter, I recommend what Juicebox called animation checking. I used to call this pre-checking, but animation checking is a way better term. So animation checking is watching your opponent's startup frames and kind of making a prediction about what that hit's going to be, because you know if you're going to block, you know if you're vulnerable, you know if you already hit a button and you're about to get counter hit. You want to build this skill, and it takes a long time. It's different. However, it does not take away from hit confirming. It adds to it. You're extending your confirmation window by adding information that goes before hit confirming. So I hope that helps. But that's the reason why the veteran is pretty sharp at responding to things like blocking 2P and doing elbow is we're seeing the 2P before it touches us. And then we're like, okay, and we know whether or not we're able to block it or not. That's how I respond to it. That's why I'm able to buffer on it. It's very hard to buffer if you didn't expect the 2P to come. It's very hard to. But at some point, it starts becoming a sharp response. So over time, you will build the skill. 2P is one of the hardest. So keep working at it. And my advice, number one, get numb to being hit. Don't feel so negative if someone hits you. 2, because it's just numbers after that. 2, always watch your opponent's half of the screen. In fact, just stare at your opponent's character is plenty enough. You can use your peripheral vision to see other things, but this game is not like a 2D game where you need to look at 6 to 9 points of the screen at once. You actually only need to look at your opponent's character for a lot of the most meaningful decisions that you got to make in this game. So stare at your opponent's character and get numb to getting hit, and embrace that this game would encourage you to buffer. So because of that, watching their startup frames will give you a lot of information. It even gives you information like where to evade and stuff like that too over time as you build experience. Woo Within, is that answer okay for you? Please let me know. If you didn't hear it because of ads, I will message you myself. All right.
So I forgot to hit the button. Returning players from 20 to 2026, pertaining first time 2026 volcano shit. There you go. Let's see. What we have for that's posted there.
Yeah, Call from Hawaii adds that they say there's 2 parts to confirming your pokes, audio and visual, so both important. Now, that said, I train without audio, but I am already trained on audio, and audio is definitely the thing that humans can react to faster. And honestly, some players absolutely need audio. As a competitor, I made the decision long ago that I wouldn't completely rely on audio, but that when I do play with audio on, then yeah, I'm using it. But I've trained myself to be strong even without audio. So, because I think like it's not a handicap or anything like that, but it's an advantage, and it strengthens your visual checking. So, but that said, this game's audio design is designed to really, it gives you information. It tells you what kind of hit happened, and the audio design is, as a competitor, the audio design is great. I know that aesthetically, some people would like maybe a newer direction aesthetically for the sound, but as far as competition goes, this game, the sound gives you good information, just maybe not 3D information. So 3D information would be cool in the future one. If we could have people that could play VF blind even more, we do have someone who's legally blind who can play VF, but if they can design the audio to be that would be amazing.
At 5 more matches, we're gonna start the 5-match countdown now for North America last league. We just finished posting everywhere. There's some comments here. So one thing, if you actually analyze the sound from hits and block, while most people will react faster to the audio stimulus versus visual stimulus, but how the sound was the hit effect sound and the block effect sound, they actually start later than the first detection of the visual. So you'll see the spark showing that you block or normal hit or count hit before the audio sound comes up. So is there actually an advantage to try to hear versus visual? That's harder to tell now because the sound comes later than the visual.
Could be. That said, there's some cool situations where the sound really can help better, right? Like Leon, if he actually tries to do the long range mix up between his 6K plus G and his 3K plus G, he has a different yell. So the audio could tell you which one to block high or block low.
The actual hit checking portion, the You don't figure out if it's gonna be a hit or a block.
Yeah, so the sound comes a little later.
Yeah, sound always comes out later than the actual visual. So you'll see if you look at it still by still, the first thing that will show that it's going to be a hit or block is visually, and then the sound will come out a few frames later. So the visual, like you see that white flash or the yellow flash or red flash, those will show up. That will be the first signal you see.
Yep.
So that very first like low punch is being blocked. You see that white frame, that white flash. That very first frame will show that white flash, but the sound doesn't come up until like 2 or 3 frames later.
I see. I can see a funny situation where on tournaments, if they're using PC, and if their setup has like a lot of like parts of chain on the visual on the monitor, but someone's using like headphones plugged into the computer itself, that there could be like a difference between the sound and the visual. But in this case, the sound would help you because the sound would actually tell you what's happening on the machine speed versus what's happening like on the screen. So it'd be very interesting if you had that situation.
Yeah, posting everywhere now. Yeah, so we have 4 more matches before we begin the North America's last day. We going to this last one. But some questions we have to start talking about is how stringent do I need to be on the wireless or wire connection things on letting people play. Sorry, I was watching the match here. So
okay.
2 pies.
I like the measured approach you've had because I think you've tried to be as inclusive as you can, but and then there's been time where you had to draw a line, but where you draw the line has been, I think for the most part, most people have been pretty happy with it. But it is true that there's probably people that, that put up with it for a bit and then don't like it and stop playing in the league. But I think those players had various reasons that they probably would have stopped playing league, or lowered the amount of league in their diet. A lot of times those types of players also, like the one game aspect of league drives them nuts anyways, and they want rooms for like, I
think right now, my opinion right now is the requirement is still that you have to be on wire connection.
Yeah.
This is not like a new rule or anything. It's been the rule that we since 2022. So so those who've been playing this for a very long time should know what it is. But if someone's new who's participating for the first time and they're on wireless, we could just let them try once.
Yeah.
And if it's bad or something, then we say can't participate unless you're wired. But this feedback for those who are actually the regular participants, let me know what your opinion is on wires and wired. Do we give some leeway, or do we want it to be very stringent on that wire connection?
Akai, when did you measure the sound thing? Or when did you observe it, like try to observe whether sound was coming out?
When I was doing the hit checking stuff.
What year?
Basically 2023.
In 2023?
When Ultimate Showdown came out.
Okay.
I was doing all these frame by frame analysis and stuff.
All right. Okay. So it was even since back then. Okay. Just wondering because you remember like a year ago, the first month or the first month and a half before they had a patch update, this game was like the audio would go off and you would have rollback audio, so you'd hear the launch, you hear the whoosh. Yeah, that was really rough. Yeah, but the rollback's gotten good at cutting it off.
Training mode and having the input delay
so I was wondering if they delayed the audio for that reason, but no, it was existing before rollback netcode. So okay. Because that was really funny. It was obnoxious whenever you'd hear the counter hit launch, but it rolled back, So
we did get C-Shed did actually get into this last room, so
hell yeah.
The VF Netcode Gus was kind to him.
And I see green with them. Oh, I see red now, but I saw green earlier. That's okay. It's okay, Shisha.
This is yeah. It's like the Vietnam guys are like are finicky. Like they allow one person to play, and then they don't allow the other.
The gods are like, that's life. Don't blame me. And you're like, hey, you're a god. I get to blame everything on you.
Like, Caesar can't join. Then the last one he can. Kingo in the Europe will play in the first 2 leagues, but he accidentally tried to fix the gray bar connections and can't join back in. So it's like it gives and takes. It's, no mercy.
Oh, and Wu Within, do keep working on that media timing. It's true that my way of playing likes to challenge people, so that if they didn't have the media timing down, I might hit them. But don't let that discourage you. Keep working on that media timing. It's so powerful.
Also, the question was that Wu was asking about 2B. Was he asking about block confirmation? Like he's blocking a low punch and he's trying to punish it, or is he?
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's the low puncher and he's trying to.
So I think he was blocking low punch, and so for that I would.
I see.
But I do have a drill for that, and that drill is like the record the AI doing a forward dash into 2P twice, and then repeat that over and over like 6 times. And you fight against that recording, block the low punch, respond to it, but also understand that you can start buffering. Like if you turn off the hit information, the one that says high, mid, low, if you turn that off in the display settings, you can see the quote unquote hit sparks. And so whenever like the low punch like gets blocked, there's like a white cloud, like a mini white cloud, puff cloud when it disappears, that's when you can buffer. Like that's when you can finish buffering, is when that cloud disappears around that time.
So a different way of learning to be more efficient in blocking low punch and punishing if someone's trying to attack after you block that low punch. Just remember, you have already committed yourself to blocking, so you don't really have to check anything really. Yeah. You only have to check first. If you're holding block and you block, if you're holding block, you expect if your opponent's going to strike you, you will have advantage.
Yeah.
Alright. So you can pretty much already anticipate that you will have advantage if they go strike at you. Even if they do a low strike against you, if you're using standing block, you should have majority of the time advantage. There's only a subset of moves that your opponent will still be at advantage after their attack gets blocked. So if you already have that preset mindset that you will have the advantage, it will help you be able to react faster. At least that's how
I think that's a great tip. I think that's a really good tip. I think that'll help a lot of people. It's
harder to hit check.
Yeah.
I think when you're on offense, because on offense you don't know if they're going to block it or you're going to get count hit, normal hit. But in offense, but as in defense, it's much easier. There's only one type of frame. The majority of the thing if you block is going to be have frame advantage.
Yeah.
Even low strikes, if they hit you, you have frame advantage.
I'll be honest, most of the time when I'm doing animation checking from offense, I'm looking to see if I get a counter hit because they attack or if they're crouching. All right, good luck, have fun. So a lot of times I'm actually looking for crouch or attack. And if I don't see either, then I can assume it might be a block. And then I'll just probably crouch dash is likely thing to do, you know? So there's that. There's ways to shortcut the flowchart a little and then get more accurate the more you see things. But like elbow is the one that really builds this skill. Like animation checking your elbows into good follow-ups is really powerful in this game. Good to see you, Jim Haney. Let's do this. Very nice. All right, so right now I'm doing a lot of block elbow, like I'm guarding you and then I'll elbow. So keep that in mind. Good. This is elbow throw. So right now I'm doing elbow throw. If I hit you with elbow, I'm gonna probably throw you. Now I could mix it up, but I'm just letting you know that right now, that's what I'm doing. This is jab, elbow throw. Good. Keep it up, Jim Haney. Very good. Very good. All right, good game, Jim Haney. Good game. Keep it up. Keep working on it. I'm really glad to see you joining us in the league. Really happy to have you here. So I hope you're enjoying VF. Keep at it. Keep getting comfortable with the moves and with the flow. If you have any questions, let me know. I've always appreciated your support so much. It's really good to meet you on the battlefield. Yeah. There we go. Good round, good round. That was awesome. That was an awesome round. Keep it up, Volcano. I love that. Good game. Good game. Volcano said that was such a fun game. Very good battle. Keep it up. I really like that a lot. That was so much fun. I like where he chose to use threat stance too. It's that he's using really quick entries into it. So, very good. That was really cool. Very good use of 6P. I like this use of 6P because by not following up, it's good. Really good game, Blaring. Good battle. That was intense. So I don't like the term lazy throw escape because laziness is actually not doing it. but it came because people didn't like they liked the old system where you had the perfectly timed throws and you could multiple throw escape like 4 throws. And there were 7 directions. Now there's only 3 directions, but it refers to holding a guard. I just call it guard throw escape. So you press and hold guard, then you press and hold punch to escape a neutral throw, but all you have to do is press forward or back to escape a forward or a back throw. So very good. I like the way Agent of Illusion is playing. All right, here we go. Interesting. That was really interesting that lost. Actually, anytime that you're in trouble, you should do a guard throw escape. Like if you whiff, you should do it there too. Because so right now I'm using low crush. There we go. Yeah, switch to mids. Very good. All right, good game, Agent Oblivion. You can see the problems with low punch here if I start crushing. So you want to make sure that you're switching to the higher mids, the high attacks or the mid attacks once the opponent starts crushing. And that's good. Then you can use the low punch as a center for conditioning them. Keep it up. Really good fight. And yeah. When you hit with low punch, try to cash in on it. Because the low punch itself is not much damage. It's what, if you can win the situation after you hit with low punch, that's where you do a lot of big things. So whether it's throwing them because they block or launching them with like a counter hit launcher, or just hitting them pretty good, those are how you measure the low punch. If it's just the low punch, it's not much. You'd have to do more than 10 low punches to make up for, well, you'd have to do about like 8 low punches to make up for a combo. My brain's not here. Okay, let's see if we can get it back in here though. Good fight, Two Scoops. Always a good fight. It's really good stuff. That first round was really, really intense. Thanks. I do like to go for the low near the wall. Because there's so much upside to it, but there's a lot of downside too. So lab it, because there's a way to punish me doing that kick. So depending on which kick I'm doing. Yep. Taco's so fun. I love the taco. So much situational awareness training in that in the taco. It's like in real life, you know. Taco can make a mess. So, gotta have good technique to eat the taco. So I really like Trevor Noah's comedy sketch about his first time eating tacos. You've never had tacos? You've never had tacos? So, all right, here we go. Good. All right. Good. Good throw escape. Good throw escape. They use Utori throw escape. Utori. So I believe the Japanese use the term Utori throw escape. And I don't know the definition of that. Good. Very good. Good. Keep at it, Zack Attack. Keep at it. All right, good game, my friend. Good game. I hope you didn't mind the sparring session. I did use all forward throws to keep working at it, but also so you can kind of see all the different situations where a throw could happen. And yeah, now here's the hard part about guard throw escape. Here's the trick. You want to be able to do it in these situations where you're vulnerable, but you don't want to do it any longer than you would have held guard. You want to still be active. You want to still attack. It's just that, but you want to keep going back to doing the guard throw escape after you whiff when they block you, but then you want to go back to doing the next thing. So that's the hard part. It's a big challenge. It takes a while to get used to it. The problem with playing extended neutral is that that makes it harder to do, right? If you play the waiting game, this is actually harder to do. If you play active like I am, where you just buffer almost everything, it's a lot easier to do. Yeah, the lazy throw escapes because people were really upset about, like, they didn't like losing the old system, which was very hardcore, right? The old system is really hardcore. Now, I like the old system, but I prefer this system because it's a lot easier to teach this way, and people get straight into the guessing game, which is what I want. I want people to get straight into the mind games, into the skillful play, into the decisions. I don't want, like, the barrier is kind of arbitrary after a while. If everyone can do the throw escapes, that's cool, but it sucks when it's like that was like the barrier to like what's actually more important, which was the actual guessing game. Right? Now, some people would argue that's the case for stagger, but I think throw is a more important situations than what the staggers do. And so I think there's a difference, right? Throws are very fundamental in this game. And I like the role that I like the way it works in this game, because I think it's really interesting, because there's a lot of dynamics involved with how you're going to assess the opponent. All right, now I'm going to try to think. That was a really good battle. That one really challenged my sense of the range too, and what I thought you would do or not do. Oh, very fun game. Fun battles always, Sisha. Thank you so much. Tacos. And yeah, Carl, this is a great discussion. I'm really glad you're here in the chat, so I appreciate it. The other thing I like about this current throw escape system for Final Showdown is it encourages staying up close longer. In the old system, the longer you stayed up close, the more vulnerable you are to throw. So you only wanted to, like, if you were losing a battle, you wanted to get the hell out of there. And if you were winning, then you kept wanting to press up close. And that's cool, but this game doesn't really mean that you have to, like, avoid it, you know? In this game, you have different choices. And so you can choose whether you play mid-range or close range or long range, but you have the close range option long period. Ooh, did they change the frame advantage there? No, it's 11 frame jab. So 11 frame jab is winning here. I like this. So I like that A plus destination is using the 11 frame jab. All right, here we go. Man, uppercut beats the rushing uppercut. That was awesome. A plus is using the frames really well. I like it. Here we go. I like this very much. Good game. A plus is doing awesome. So they used the 11 frame jab against me and I loved it. So good game. I'm looking forward to next time. This was the last league battle though. But A plus, that was an awesome battle. I like the use of frames. I like the use of up close frames and using the high jab. Calling out, it's not just that it's a Bari, it's that even if you're playing based on the 12 frames, the 11 frame jab will disrupt it. So very good game. Is my game sound not going off? I'm sorry. You guys should tell me if there's no game sound because I don't hear it in general. But I will check to see. That is weird. The game sound disappeared. In this case, this was Windows. This was Windows. There we go. Thank you very much, LD Wells. That helps. Okay, so Windows did its thing. So that was like Windows doing its thing. My game slowed down. Sorry, we're within. That was Windows 2. Oh my god. It's okay. I can adjust to it. It was good duck. You'll probably want to use P plus K or throw. Or PK. But Jean's P plus K is a good punisher when you duck something. It works now. It did not work in the first week. So in the first week of Revo World Stage, the game was not on. Sorry, we're within. Sorry, I was pretty vicious to you on that one. I kind of let instinct take over. So in the first 2 weeks or so of Revo World Stage, it was not running on Linux and not running on Steam Deck, which is Proton. Alright, good games were within. Good games. I really liked what I saw in the first round, so it actually had me processing a lot. That I like seeing what you brought in that first round, especially. Keep it up. But yeah, the Linux thing and the Proton thing, that was the first 2 weeks of Revo World Stage. Yeah. But I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was around then. It was like in November when they fixed it, or when they think they had it fixed. Cause yeah, I had to really talk to players to find out who was playing on Linux, because not many people play on Linux, right? And so I had to really ask around to see who was to kind of, because somebody had asked me to look into it, because they want to know on the field if people are having trouble, and I told them about what I understood for people playing on Xbox, Linux, and Steam Deck. Yeah, but I think they fixed it around November. So yeah, so I guess a fix that was there was Move Quick said just had to put in a Steam Deck equals 1 command or something like that. I see, like in the INI file. Woo Within asks, "Am I looking forward to the Steam Machine?" Yeah, but I think it's unfortunate that we're in a situation where a combination of the demand on memory and the global shipping. I don't know how things look for a Steam Machine, and at the same time, like Valve is an amazing company, but they tend to do things that are like more niche solutions, and their definition of what the right thing is pretty cool, but it's not always like in line with like the most people. So we'll see what it turns out to be like. I do think the Steam Machine is cool, and if they can succeed on it, but I think right now I think they're facing issues right now. I think there's a lot of concern that the current situation, especially with oil, has changed things. And then, but on top of that, of course, it's the demand for components, especially memory. So we'll see what happens, and the supply of it too. So we will see what solutions go forward. Valve, though, is a very solutions-oriented company. From my understanding, they're very flexible in their structure. It's like small teams, right? And so they do everything by committee, but they're like a crack team of trying to solve things. Now that there's a limit, there's pros and cons to that, but it seems very interesting. At the very least, everybody at Valve is supposedly incredibly qualified, practically genius from what I understand too. So,
You'd better take me seriously.
That is kind of funny though, that on the EAC thing real quick. Oh, I thought I was gonna get the back, like this against the back here. If that rings out, that'd be nuts. Whew. I think we're seeing some of the challenges that Diva's having because I think they had learned with evade cancel first. And now they're learning other aspects, but I do think they should use dashing elbow more than they do. And what it is that it's not just dashing elbow. It's like, so if you like the evade cancel game with the Kira, you should be using like dashing elbow into fuzzy guard. It's very strong. It's very imposing. It's very frustrating to deal with because Akira does a lot against you when against the opponent under this pressure. So I would encourage Diva to develop the dashing elbow part of the game, and then how to set up offense from that. But they have a lot of great stuff, but I can see them. It feels like they are probably missing the feels of their evade cancel game, because they used to do some pretty cool stuff from evade cancel, but especially when they got successful evade, they would force XP, and so they were reacting that way. But right now, I think here's the thing about dashing elbow. It's hard to punish. It's really, really hard to punish. Like, it's really hard to punish dashing elbow. And that's why high-level players or old-school players really fear Akira's dashing elbow. But yeah.
Each man like me, quite a nice smile to have. So,
congratulations, Blurring and
Blurring and the Volcano for getting tying for first place, and third going to Chan Chai. You're getting old, man.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. No, it was such awesome battles. No, Volcano Shed played awesome. He dug out of because I won the first 2 rounds, and then he played awesome the remaining 3 rounds. I had so much fun with that battle. Yeah. Having fun with the battles with Blurring as well. He's getting better. I think the thing is this patch definitely goes into Blurring's playstyle because he likes to control with attack. But what was your question? Sorry.
Well, I say, I believe your one of your loss came to from Volcano Shed, right? Who was the second loss came to?
I can't remember. So
Okay, that's fine.
it was to A Plus Destination, the Leon mirror match, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And they used, okay, so what was awesome with A Plus Destination was they used the frames. They applied the frames very well. They used the fact that Leon's got an 11 frame jab, so they stopped me out of a lot of stuff. Like uppercut too, right? So like I would like do low rising attack and hit him, and so I'm +3. Uppercut's 15 frames, but then he used the high punch to interrupt the uppercut, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, A Plus Destination was very much, I think that's their MO, is they're really trying to apply the frames, and they did a great job with that. So it was a really fun battle.
I see that there's still a lot of people in the North America, 10 players. That is it for me for hosting the 3 leagues per session. But I'm more than happy to hit the league button before I leave. So there's still a lot of people in the room. And want me to hit the league button, so you'll have to have a 9 match wait or 8 match wait before your next match. Let me know, so I'll hit that league button. Of course, it doesn't count, but no. I always thought that that's one of the best features about this leagues, was like the simultaneous play.
I agree. I mean, the moment I found out about league mode, I was really like, we're using this mode for sure. But also I felt like we need to stream this mode because we need people to understand like what a cool mode it is, and a great way to get more matches in with people, but also to go through a large volume. This is better than an arcade queue, So yeah.
It's very It's like you have 8 consoles in the room, or 8 arcade cabinets now.
It's like if you're playing on the cabinets and one side is rotating players, right? And you're like, that's awesome. Like Japan does it sometimes, not always, but yeah.
What did I used to say? Speed dating? Like you go.
It's speed dating, yeah. It's the speed dating approach. Now that said, I do agree to a degree, not as extremely, but I do agree to a degree with James Chen, where he's like, there is something to be said about like the flow of sometimes when you're playing like when you play at Gathering, where you kind of have to wait. And now that said, the problem with Gathering in VF is people run back so hard that if you don't say anything, they might go 100 games before letting you play. So you just gotta like be like, hey, can I get in on this, and keep count, and then say, hey, you guys have played 7 games already, I'd like to get in, and then they'll be cool. It's just that in VF you're in the heat of the moment, those mind games are intense, it's easy to hit, in offline session it's very easy to hit that rematch right away, and some people do it pretending not to know, some people do it accidentally or because it's just instinct, but some people actually just kind of know, well, if they don't call me on it, I'm gonna do this. So you gotta go like, hey, can I get in, come on, and so
yeah, for those who haven't used it yet or not playing leagues or so, if you do play in the league and stuff, it's kind of one way for you to just kind of find people you might have really good connection, like actually the game played very well with you guys online with each other. Mainly because this is the entire content and we don't expect everyone to have the best connection with each other. But it's one way of it, like especially if you have trouble finding matches outside of leagues. So use it as a way to just find people that you have a very good connection and you have good matches against, and so that you guys can play outside also. So, but I smell something burnt, so I'm going to go after and check that there's nothing.
Yeah, please do take care of that.
I'll be right back.
Awesome. So yeah, how's everyone doing today? I won't be staying too long because I got to eat a lunch and take care of my family. But that said, I had a great time. Okay, Jim Haney had mentioned in the Akai leagues. Hey Jim, I will be happy to. Please reach out to me on some social media. If we have to communicate through YouTube comments, I'm okay with that. Just comment on the video. But I'll give you some combos to start off with, and some set plays with Leon or the basic VF set play. But you're doing well. I'm really happy to have you in the room. I had a really good time. seeing you here, and I've always appreciated your support. So let's keep it up. And but if you do message me on Discord or other social media, I am good at doing conversations, and I'm happy to go at your pace with anything you want to talk about. And we can take it slow. We can take it however you like. But let's work together on that. Yeah, so let's work on that, and let's work on your activity in VF. Yeah, the active flow, the triangle, as it were, but also how to apply that. And Wu Within, thank you so much again. Always good to have you, man. Hope you're doing good, and really happy that you joined us today. So keep it up. Jim Haney, keep it up. Agent of Oblivion, keep it up as well. Against Agent of Oblivion, I think they know this now, but just remember that it's not bad to use the low punch the way you were, but you can also just be ready for when they start crushing, so then you can start hitting them out of the air. You know, punish them for trying to crush. It's a huge opportunity, and I think well, John might not do as much, but he can still do a decent amount. So.
Mission accomplished.
But I do like Akai's tips that he's been giving about that if you're blocking, like, think of it as like you're pretty much plus, you know, unless you get cracked. And even when you get cracked, you're pretty much plus. Like, for example, if they low kick you, you're plus. In most cases, there's only a few low kicks that are plus on block, on hit. Most of them are minus on hit. Alright, Wu Within says, the pleasure's all mine, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm always happy to help, and I try my best. And I try to help other people try their best too. I'm doing well, Sir Hicks-a-lot. It's so good to have you here, man. So Agent of Oblivion says, I'm slow at doing 6 XP after low punch, and then I get hit. I see. So if you look at my screen, when I do low punch, like for example, let's say this is low punch. Sometimes I pre-buffer a 6-6, and then all it's a matter of is pressing punch. But I can also go into guard. I can do forward, like, so developing like a forward is dash, right? Developing a forward into guard, forward into punch, and even with John, forward into kick if you want. But you can do all these things. And then in fact, when you do that forward, if it does turn into a dash later, you can do forward back throw, right? Or forward throw. And so these inputs kind of help you speed that flow up and feel more comfortable doing the option within that space. So like if I play Akira, I typically do low punch into forward. Like I'll just be like down and punch and then forward right away, and then I'll decide after that what I'm going to do, whether it's guard throw escape or guard or 6 XP. But that's because Akira's dashing elbow is so important that he just does like, it's the same thing with PG. I'll do PG forward, and then if I see I made contact, or if I know I'm going to make contact, then I'll go ahead and do the forward punch, because that's really strong. Alright, Akai is doing his thing. So I'll give you a demonstration of this. Now Leon's forward punch is not a good move to do this with, but Leon can do stuff like, can do other stuff. But having a forward flowchart is really strong. Like, same thing with backdash, back forward, right? If you're like Jeffrey, you can do like back half circle forward. You can do a lot of stuff. Back, you know, back forward is usually a good move to do with backdash.
Round one. Ready, go!
See who's still streaming. Yeah, so this, I'm not keeping track of this league. I'm just doing SS. There's quite a few people. I saw Watch Down Pro got to be able to join the room, so that's great. So it looks like Watchdown was having trouble in the first several leagues, and then C-Star also was having trouble, and they both able to get in. Yeah, it's just strange.
Round
Adrian Blavin says, John, I think is similar to Akira, where John's 6-6P is important to him. I agree. And I don't have a traditional counter. Yeah, John doesn't play the mashing for count, like the anti-mashing game. John typically plays a neutral game, but also a vicious side turn game. So you're correct. That said, John's 4K is really good. John's 4K is really, really good. It might not be as obviously good for a bit, but it's quite good.
So yeah, I am about to ongoing rate learning the audience to on my side channel. But before I do that, again, especially since there's a new patch out, even if the issues that you have are from the previous that's been there before patch 1.10, if you are invested in playing Virtual Fire, definitely provide the feedback, even good or bad, to let Sega know. I mean, this is what IoT has asked. Like, people, if negative or positive, please share your feedback to them. It does not mean that they'll be able to fix it or do what you want, but they are listening and they are trying to do something to fix the game or work on the game. But as you can see, it's been a long time. People are experiencing issues. It is a difficult thing for them to fix it, looks like. But definitely provide feedback if you can. I think they say specifically through their official Discord channel. But I think they do also look at the social media sites. One consistent thing, that if you submit it directly to them, it's for sure that they did receive it. Alright, that's it. It should be going to blurry soon, so...
Thank you.
Anything else? Oh yeah, Sunday. No Sunday session again. We'll have it back Saturday and Sunday and next weekend.
Yeah. Think of it's probably not going to do it justice, but I like to think of tomorrow's holiday as
it's Easter also, isn't it?
I was like, it's Easter, so this is going to be on theme because the Chinese holiday you're celebrating is like it's similar to like the Day of the Dead. You honor your ancestors.
There's a lot of Day of the Dead in Chinese.
In April, yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot of Day of the Dead in Chinese. Tomorrow's one of many.
Month, yeah.
This is actually like traditionally this is cleaning out the tomb, right? Or like cleaning the grave. Yeah, like for their home in heaven, and so, well, it's complicated, but yeah, Thai has an interesting version of it too.
Yeah, and I think mentioned the Philippines does that sometime like in October or November. So there's a lot of shared culture is between like this is a Day of the Dead and is that specifically Mexico?
Yeah.
Mexican, or is that most Spanish? Okay, Mexico. Okay.
I think that's Mexico specifically.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Yeah, for our ignorance. Well, we acknowledge our ignorance. We know our ignorance, but yeah.
But that's why we learn about it from our discussions and community talking.
Yeah, but Coco's an awesome movie. Two awesome movies, right? There's Coco, and then there's a Thai movie. Now, if you don't mind a slow, wholesome movie, there's a Thai movie called How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies. It's really good.
There's also the Book of the Dead, if I remember. That's one of my niece's favorite movies, The Book of the Dead. Is that it? And
it's a family wholesome movie, right? That title sounds like a horror movie, so yeah. Book of the Dead, yeah.
It's like it's based on it's similar to in the idea that Coco. I think it came out before Coco did.
Gotta check that. It might be Book of Life.
Book of Life, maybe it is.
It might be Book of Life. I think it's called Book of Life. Yeah, it was an animation also, right? So it was an animation. It was an animated.
Yeah, it was like computer graphics animation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the Book of Life. But yeah, but I can understand it because it is about the dead. So, yeah.
There's no life. There's no death. There's no lives.
Yeah. Sir Hixel, I think confirmed it's Book of Life. So yeah, it's like I know, but it's about the Day of the Dead. So I think so. It's like so that's why we're thinking Book of the Dead. I'm kind of like it's like it is not the Necronomicon. We're not talking about the Necronomicon.
You were thinking Akai was thinking of some type of horror film.
Yeah, the Necronomicon.
Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, April we don't have much. We do have a live stream that's going to be happening tonight, I believe, for the Bayside Showdown. So that's Northern California. Just started recently. There's monthly tournaments, so that should be tonight. Yeah, and then the next big event should be Evo Japan in beginning of May. Which, we still haven't gotten too much details yet. It'll fit with all the Open Championship for 2026. But we do know that 2 spots will be given to players for the special event at the conclusion of the Open Championship 2026. Alright, I'll talk to you later, Cheshire.
All right, talk to you later, Kai. Thank you so much, and always a great time here. Thanks so much. Have a good one to you and your family tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Sirixol says we got to get these kids caught up on the dark arts. Yeah. It's like From Dusk Till Dawn is essential viewing, right? So I see. MFDS says my daughter ruined that Book of Life movie for me. Watched it like 5 times in a row on the daily at one point. Very nice use of 3-3P. Very nice use of 3-3P. If you want to, Agent of Oblivion, if you want to know a really crazy move with Go or with John, if you evade and they do like a really big move, 6-6P plus K will crumple them, and it is insane. I think it still does that, right? If it still does that, that is like the most insane thing because it's a 2-handed attack, so like they can't parry it, and only Aoi could reverse it. But not in this situation. If you did it guaranteed, she couldn't do it. And then, but side turn, that thing crumples, and so John gets a huge combo. I think you'll love using that move. Forward, punch and kick at the same time. Punch and kick, so forward, punch and kick at the same time. If you get it after a successful evade, it's so nasty if you hit with it. That was a really good throw. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad we got to play Rushdown Turtle. I know that my way of playing Leon can be very frustrating, but I always love our fights. Alright. Sorry, man. I see. I didn't know that you didn't know. I didn't know that you're on day 2 of Go. Disco Elysium looks really cool.
I want a serious fight.
There's lots of reading in VF and lots of reading in, on Disco Elysium as well. Okay, have a good session. Have a good session with Dusty, Jamie, and Bugal. So Jamie's in town, or is it a different Jamie? Either way, have a great session. Have a good session with them, and hope you guys have a good time. So. That's awesome. That's awesome that Jamie's in town.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Nice.
Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go!
Let's see. Alright, let's see. Diva says there isn't a lot of VF rep in Houston. So in Houston, you got Sir Hicks a lot, you've got T Taco Guy, you've got Blurring. Mountain Dew Faker doesn't really play VF these days, but he was always interested in it. There's actually quite a few players in Houston area. The problem has been everyone's schedule is totally different from what I heard. I heard everyone has a totally different work schedule there. Like down to the hours being different. So it's always hard to coordinate. But there definitely are players in Texas. There's definitely VF players in Texas, quite a bit actually. Yeah. But keep it up. I keep at it though. You guys will build a scene. You guys have what it takes to have a scene though. You guys technically have a scene.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Six. Well, six. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue, but I do know that 6K is even hard for me to confirm. Because that Go 6K counter hit is such a tight window. But I haven't played it in this version, so I can't even comment about Go in 1.1.
Round two. Ready, go! Round three. Ready, go! Knockout.
Good fight, Sir Hixalot. You can see my Brad matchup experience.
Forgot to train, eh?
Brad is tough, but a good move to use with Brad is 2P plus K, but you gotta it's easy to overuse it, but it's a really good move. Keep at it with your Brad though. Brad is a strong character, but he's more defensive oriented. His Okizeme got better though because of that, because of the long ducking stance. Whereas before, I would say his Okizeme used to be very limited to just punishing rising attacks, but now he can apply pressure with that long ducking stance because it's hard to guess which one he's gonna do and they all hurt. So yeah, keep at it. Good games, everyone. Good games. Thank you very much. I am gonna call it because I'm gonna eat a lunch. I didn't even eat breakfast, but I really appreciate you all. Thank you all for your time. You guys have a good one. Enjoy the sun weather. Rushdown Turtle, have an awesome session today. Hope you guys have a really good time, and should be it's a good group of guys. So yeah, take care, everyone. Be safe. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna raid, but I had a great time with everyone though. Thank you all. Cheers. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna raid Soy Akai. And so let's enjoy the Defensores Virtuosos.
Excellent.
Alright, everyone, thank you very, very much. Everyone take care, have a good one. Diva, keep it up with the Texas scene. It is awesome, and like, you guys do have the players, but it can be tricky, and it might just be managing rooms online for a bit. But keep at it, because you guys have some great players there. It's a good scene. Cheers.